know we have enough talent. But, them two guys are just, looks like they're both pretty equal right now. We've done a great job. We stuck to our guns, what our plan was for today, and like I said, it's up to him now. And those two guys are probably of recent, probably the most two talented guys on road courses. So hopefully, the good Lord willing, this is all going to work out.
All right, just a few laps to go, guys. He hasn't gotten them yet.
He's backed off a couple of car lengths or lost a couple of car lengths to Kyle here.
Well, what's beaten Marcus Ambrose in these races before is he uses up so much car that when it comes down to the end, when he really needs it, it's not there. I'm not so sure that maybe he hadn't learned from that, and he might be saving just a little bit for these last few laps.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of tire, but more braking, because that's where he makes a lot of his passes. It's under those braking positions that he gets himself in.
Yeah, he's going to have those brakes to be cool, and he's probably thinking about that because he's probably already planned where he's going to pass Kyle. He's been close enough to see him and where he's strong and where he's not, and he's planning that pass, and he needs to get his car ready to do it.
Yeah, and this is no slouch. I'm not sure we give Kyle Busch enough credit as a road racer. We know he's won, but he really does.
Yeah, he overdrove that corner. Yep. He could see smoke coming from the tires. He kind of overdrove into that corner. Didn't hurt him, though.
The run off this corner and the braking down into turn one as Ben Ware Ambrose has moved up the last couple of spots. But Kyle got a good run off that one.
Yeah, he had a great run off there. He carried a lot of momentum from turn 6 where he used up all of that extra pavement they put out there.
It's amazing. It didn't really cost him any time.
See, work up through the S's here. He's checking out, just seeing what kind of gap he has there. You're up into high gear. He knows he's got enough gap here. He doesn't have to worry about overdriving into this corner, this time into the inner loop, because Ambrose is not nearly close enough to get to him.
While we watch this, most all of the spots back through the top 15 or so are not close enough to be missing any passing going on, were the words I was looking for. Will there be any passing going on here?
Uh-oh,
trouble. Paul Menard.
Paul Menard's having problems.
Yeah, that could bring out a caution right here. A lot of debris on the course right there.
Yeah, that likely bring out a caution. I'm not sure he can make it back from there.
Caution is out.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, that's right.
Interested in...
This could go, the way this is timing out, could go a lap or two extra.
Yep. Interested in two things here. That was one of them, the fuel and how that might play into this. The other is, that's going to put Ambrose to Kyle's outside for the restart. That's not been an advantageous place to be.
No, but we did
see... low oil pressure.
You got a fire.
We did see on the start of this race...
You got a fire under the car. Just try and stray out of the groove.
Back to what you were talking about there, Alan. We did
There's
see
a fire under the car.
On the start of this race, A.J. Allmendinger able to take the lead from that
fire
outside.
Fire is out now, Paul. Fire is out. You got a safety truck right there.
Yeah. Kyle Busch, who was starting on the pole.
NASCAR's yelling to stop. Safety truck's right there.
If there's a lot of oil up there, then that could prolong this even more as they try to get that cleaned up.
Looks like he's broken an oil cooler. That's what caused that fire.
Yeah,
you can see the track.
I don't know. NASCAR will decide to maybe red flag this as they try to get that cleaned up, because it's going to take a while to clean this up.
Paul Menard was running 14th at the time of the incident that has put us under caution for just the 4th time in this race.
Oh, tire. Bad place to blow a tire.
Yes.
We were just showing in Kyle Busch's in-car where you're wide open, already in high gear there, up over 150 miles an hour at that point.
Nice job to wrestle that under control.
And now you see this, like I said, it's broken either a fuel line or an oil line. Got a fire going under there. Paul wisely brings it to a stop.
And remember, with Paul's win at Indianapolis, not only putting him in the Sprint Summer Showdown, but putting him in position to race for that wild card spot to get into the chase. And losing some ground in the points here, because remember, we've talked earlier today, so many cars finish on the lead lap, that could hurt. You got to stay in the top 20 for that wild card to do you any good.
Yeah, that and Denny Hamlin having his problems, that was going to allow Paul Menard to close in on him.
Kyle's got to be thinking, what am I going to do to hold this guy off?
I know what he's thinking right now. Save fuel.
Don't have fuel to be able to do it.
Ambrose in much better shape with the amount of fuel that he might have. Not a lot better, but
Well, yeah, he is in better shape. He's got about 4 laps on fuel, but his car's not getting the mileage that Kyle's is. So they're probably really close together on where they are. He's trying to save fuel. You can hear him shutting it off.
Taking a drink out of his drink hose there up under the fireproof skirt that hangs down to protect his neck in the event of something unfortunate.
great day for Martin Truex.
And Brad Keselowski.
Everybody's got him shut off, saving fuel. You know, if you're an Ambrose fan, the mention of this will make you uncomfortable, but you remember the race that Marcos was leading last June of 2010 out at Sonoma when he was shutting the car off to save fuel.
He had this one well in hand, and he shut the car off to try to save fuel, but it didn't get it restarted. And on that hill, the car stopped on him, and it's hot, wouldn't start back up.
Yeah. Guarantee if we had his onboard camera going up through the S's here, would not be one of the places that he'll be shutting his car off right now.
A lot of cleanup to be done and a big sprint to the finish here at Watkins Glen today. Kyle Busch, Marcos Ambrose, and who else is going to get into the picture before the checker waves?
NASCAR Sprint Cup Series at Watkins Glen, presented by GoDaddy.com, domains, websites, and everything in between. And in part by Drive, starring Ryan Gosling, in theaters September 16th. There are no clean getaways. And AT&T, the nation's fastest mobile broadband network.
Delayed a day by rain, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race on the road course at Watkins Glen, New York is down to its final few laps. Under caution after Paul Menard had a tire go down, bounced off the guardrail, and then scattered a pretty significant amount of liquid and debris around the backside of this course. Had a few cars at the tail end of the field come down pit road under this yellow.
Not a bad idea, because we're already looking at this race going a couple of laps over.
Watch Mark Martin's pit stop here. Watch the right side of the car and the Jackman.
Oh, man. That's some good footwork.
And so as we chug around here waiting for that cleanup and waiting to see how this one plays out, haven't had many breaks in this race today to try and talk to our in-race reporter, DJ, Tony Stewart.
Hey, Tony, Dale Jarrett, you got us?
Yeah, man.
Wow, this thing's getting pretty interesting. First off, you have enough fuel to get to the end of this?
Yeah, we're in good shape here. We're just saving a little bit. We're going to obviously have a green-white checker here, but you know how these things can be at the end. It can go a couple times here, so we're just trying to get us a little bit extra just in case.
I know you'd really like to be up there battling for another win here, but you've kind of accomplished what you wanted here today so far, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean we're not good enough to win, but you know we've been hanging tough with this group pretty much all day. So you know we're better than we were in practice for sure. I'm real appreciative of you know Darian and everybody on the Office Depot Mobile One team here. They've done a great job today, and we you know it's in the perfect day for us by any means here, but we're you know we'll kind of take what we get here.
All right, man. Thanks for talking with us. Have some good luck in these closing laps.
Man.
Tony Stewart running 7th on the racetrack as we get set for a little extra racing here at Watkins Glen, set up by Paul Menard having trouble on the racetrack, Shannon.
Well, Paul Menard released for the Infield Care Center. We saw the hit, we saw the fire. You did say that you're okay, but what do you think led to that failed tire?
I don't know. We pitted under the last caution and you know, put 4 tires on the field, and we short pitted, just did fuel only, and the tires were getting old, but nothing was indicating that I had a tire corded or anything. It just you know, the place is hard on brakes, and that builds a lot of heat in the tires. Really no warning though, just going through a you know wide open section, going to 4th gear, and I felt a pop. I lifted, and it was you know wall came up in a hurry. But we're riding around there. I think we're going to wind up about 14th or so, and would have been a good day.
Now I know the wild card is on your mind. How will this affect the way that you approach the next few races?
Nothing really changes. I mean, every week we show up and try to get the most points we can, and nothing's changed all year for that. Might take a gamble or something to try to get a second win, and if we miss on that and run out of fuel or something, at least we tried.
Tough day in the points, but good to see that Paul Menard is okay.
All right, Shannon, thanks. Another look at what happened to Paul that put us under this extended caution for the cleanup.
Very high-speed section. Man, that was a hard lick. Just going to high gear, probably going 140, 50 miles an hour.
And then oil lines and various things getting cut and leading to a fire under the car at the moment. But again, fortunately, Paul is okay. Cleanup is just about done. We're going to be coming back to the restart next time by. Oh yeah, and some of that on the camera lens too, as we get ready for a green-white checker. Ambrose team radio a moment ago.
Are we into overtime yet?
No, we are not.
10-4, so we should be plenty good, right?
Yes, 10-4.
Those belts tight. He's ready for some action here.
He's getting a handful of seatbelt there, wasn't he?
So it'll be Kyle Busch and Marcos Ambrose side by side in row 1 for the restart. Brad Keselowski will be inside row number 2 for the restart. He's been no slouch today, Doc.
He's had a great day, Alan, and Brad K. banged up, doing a heck of a job in the car. Now, they've been asking him throughout this yellow flag here to save fuel, conserve fuel. They've been shutting it off and trying to roll and take it easy. And I asked the guy in the pits a moment ago, how close are you? He said, we're okay for the green-white. I said, what about the checker? He said, well, we're okay for the green-white. And so they got to be close and a little bit concerned. And they'd hate to give up what's been a great day for this 2-car.
Wow.
Yeah, and he might have to like his chances with these two guys starting right in front of him, rubbing on each other and possibly getting a little out of shape. He could take advantage and get another win if he's got enough fuel.
So we got a couple things going on. A couple of really good road racers up front going to be hammering on each other for the win. A guy who's known to be aggressive in that Blue Deuce, looking for an opening, and everybody close on fuel, and the winner could be somebody we are totally not expecting out of this whole thing.
Especially if we get another green-white checker.
Yeah, I'm not sure we've seen our last caution, and that might put Jeff Gordon in a position to win this race.
Gordon running back now in 13th position. There he is. So it'll be Kyle Busch to the inside of the track in the 18. Marcos Ambrose to the outside of the track in the 9. Brad Keselowski and Martin Truex behind them, and the ever-aggressive Juan Pablo Montoya lurking back there inside of row number 3. Green-white checker, the green flag, they race. If they get back around to the white without a caution, the next flag ends the race. Who's it going to be?
Ambrose spun the tire stump. Brad Keselowski going by him.
Kyle Busch lights him up.
He's sideways. Here comes Brad.
Contact. Keselowski is through to the lead.
Wow. Here comes Montoya, but he's not able to hold off Kyle Busch.
Okay, this interlude's going to be exciting up here.
Keselowski's going to have to really guard.
A wiggle, a wobble.
Here comes Ambrose hard in the throttle.
A little bump there, a little nudge.
Have to know Kyle Busch is going to be close here too.
Clear.
I tell you what, Ambrose better get down in this corner good, or Brad's going to be all over him.
Maybe a little bump right here from Brad. Kyle Busch coming hard.
Oh, he's still sideways.
White flag.
No mistakes, bring it on.
One lap to go. Next flag ends the race. Do they have enough fuel to come back around and finish it? Kyle Busch looking to get back around Keselowski.